tour. So we're here at the Copenhagen Beer Festival. We got the tasting glass here. That's just the average Danish beer enthusiast tasting glass. Says Beer Festival 2011 here, Beer Festival 2011. We got the festival guide. Just browse this quickly for you guys. There's just numerous breweries here. There's a lot of breweries, Danish, some international stuff. Whoa. And yeah, guys, we're gonna go and taste some beer. See you in a minute. So we're here at Amager Bryghus beer stand at the festival. This is their Kolokov, which is their barrel-aged imperial stout on 12% alcohol. It's been aged in Colorado whiskey barrels. Like you get a lot of the whiskey characters, a lot of the bourbon, roasted malt, ashy almost, slight vanilla in there. It smells really big, but it's fairly cold, but that's gonna taste it. Oh yeah, that is a big beer, but really, really smooth. You don't really taste the alcohol. You get a lot of the bourbony kind of notes, slight vanilla, soy almost. Ton of roasted malt and like a slight smoke character maybe. Some wood too. Definitely a thumbs up beer. We're here with the cacao, chocolate milk that is in English, porter from Malmö Bryghus in Sweden. And yeah, it's a porter brewed with cocoa beans. So yeah, the aroma on it is your typical intense roasted porter aroma. There is some cocoa beans in there. Kind of like a milky kind of presence, like a lactose kind of thing going on, like in a sweet stout. It's an 8%. Let's give it a taste here. That is a really, really smooth drinking porter. It's actually fairly hoppy in the flavor. Slight citrusy hops in there, along with the roasted malt. Kind of tastes like a hopped up porter with a lot of cocoa notes in there from the cocoa beans used. It's actually really nice. Intensely sessionable for a beer on 8% alcohol. Definitely a thumbs up from here. Now we're here with another Swedish craft beer. This is from Dugas Brewery. And it's their IPA Holy Cow. It reminds me a lot of like an English style IPA, courtesy of fish and beer, by the way. But the aroma in it, I get some of the hop forward notes, slight amount of citrus in there, pine, but I get a really, really solid malt backbone to it. Some caramel, biscuity malt. It smells a lot like a British style IPA with a more slightly more hop forward aroma to it. It smells really good. Flavor on it definitely follows through. There is a lot more hops though still than a British, but it's got kind of the malt complexity of a British IPA. Caramel malt, maltiness in there. Hops in there, citrus too, slight grassy hop, some pine. It's pretty nice. Another thumb up beer. I mean, so far we've had some pretty good ones. So we'll see you in a minute, guys. So new beer. We're at the Evil Twin stand. That's Jeppe, the brewer, right there. We just had a small chat with him. This is the Yang. They made a beer, two beers, Yin and Yang. It's an imperial stout and a double IPA, and then you can blend them too. And we wanted to try and have them on their own first. Now this is the IPA, Yang. It's a double IPA, by the way. I think it was 9 or 8% alcohol, but aroma is very, very grapefruity, very West Coast kind of IPA. Slight pine in there too, though. A resin as well. Slight malt presence. Smells really nice and hoppy, so let's give it a taste. Yeah, resiny notes in there as well. Body is medium, dry body. But yeah, resinous, grapefruity, hoppy notes. Another great beer from Evil Twin. The malt was more in the aroma than there was some in the taste. The taste is more grapefruit, slight resin, slight pine. It is more of a sweet IPA, but it's really good. Thumb up for that. I
guys, I'm standing here with the Ying. It's the Imperial Stout. It's the Imperial Stout from the Yin and Yang collection, as Peter mentioned earlier. The aroma, there's not much going on. There's some.
Well, that's also because it's cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold. So but there's some licorice, dark licorice, some chocolate, cocoa kind of hang on it. There's no alcohol. I don't know the percentage, but
it's 9.
It's 9%. So tasting wise, it's extremely smooth. It has some chocolatey kind of feel to it, creaminess. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Thumb up, thumbs down?
Thumbs up.
So now we're gonna go and try and get it blended. Okay, we got the blended version of the Yin and Yang, and now we poured it pretty high. If you go over here, you can see when you pour it gently, the blend, and the black is in the top, the IPA in the bottom, but we just mixed it like roughly. But roast malt in the aroma. It smells like a hopped up version of the Yin, to be honest. With a more hop forward aroma. Still the dominant components is the Yin, the roasted malt, etc. I do get some of the hops in there. It's like grapefruit and all. It smells like a hopped up Imperial Stout, not like a black IPA. But let's give it a taste. That's even better than the beers on their own. That is really good. It tastes like a really hopped up Imperial Stout, not a black IPA. It's got a really heavy roast. Then you get some of the bitterness from the IPA along with the roasted malts in there. Slight grapefruit in there, citrus fruits. Another thumb up beer. So far we haven't had any single bad beer. So good stuff. We're at the Brewdog stand now, guys. This is Tactical Nuclear Penguin. It's the 32% Imperial Stout. They've also got the Single Bismarck. Of course, they don't have the end of history, but the aroma on this is really, really boozy. I mean, you get a lot of that. It smells very spirity. Burn phenol alcohol in there. Do get a little bit of the roast, but we were just told that this is not based on the Paradox, which it usually is. This is based on Tokyo. They tried to mix it up a little, so but let's try this huge beer, so-called beer. It actually kind of does taste like beer. More like a beer liqueur, maybe, I'd say. That's quite unique. What do you think, Jakob?
It is surprisingly drinkable. There's some, even though it smells a lot, it tastes a lot less than it smells, so to say. There's some licorice, strong licorice.
A lot of licorice.
A lot of licorice.
Roasted malt, but there's a lot of phenol alcohol taste in there too. You do feel the burn immediately. There is barely any carbonation in here. There is a slight amount.
And the alcohol lacing is just
you can see the alcohol legs on the glass. It's crazy, but it's simple, a treat. Would I pay 400 kronas? What's that?
10 kronas instead.
Yeah, 400 kronas for the beer? No, but just 10 kronas that's about the price for one ticket for beer here. I'd pay that for this, but I'd say it's not a complete thumbs up. It a thumbs to this, maybe slightly upwards, like a half-cocked thumb, because it is so spirity. So yeah. We'll probably also be tasting the Bismarck. So cheers, guys. So now we're back with another one of the Brewdog big timers. This is the Bismarck IPA. Actually, when it was poured, there was a small lace of a head on it, but you can also see the alcohol legs here. It looks kind of like a double IPA. Aroma on it. I do get the alcohol, but it's more hidden. The hops, the alcohol still shines through, but you do get a grapefruity hoppy note in there. It smells again more like a liquor, a beer liqueur.
Some peachy notes.
Yeah, almost peachy notes. Yeah. Certainly smells better than Nuclear Penguin, and it's on 42%, I believe. Let's give it a taste. That's almost salty.
Salmiakki.
Yeah, I do get the hops. Faint though. I mean, it's better than Nuclear Penguin. I mean, Technical Nuclear Penguin, at most I would give it a 70, I think. Because it was quite a disappointment. There is also still a slight amount of carbonation in here. Grapefruit. It's got like I said, like almost salty taste. It's kind of strange. Salmiak. I don't know the correct name. Sorry, guys. Leaves a sticky feeling on your mouth. Maybe a raisin or something too. Disappointing, indeed. But certainly better than Texas Nuclear Penguin. And it's like kind of the same, almost. Yeah. So we'll be back later with some more beer. So guys, we're here at the McKenna stand with Tobias from Toel, one of the former students of Mikkel when he was in high school. That's pretty cool. We're having their First Frontier IPA, which is a West Coast style IPA, right?
Yeah, sure. Very potent. American hops, Barrier, Centennial, Compass, 7.5% alcohol. Very potent, fresh, hoppy beer. Yeah. I like it personally.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had the overall IPA and the Black Ball Porter, which both were great. So you can see I've already been cheating a little, so I already know about it. It just smells straight up like an American style West Coast IPA. You get a lot of grapefruits and peachy notes. And it's like, you can smell it's freshly brewed. I mean, you get a lot of that fresh, like, I usually say fresh squeezed hop juice, if you can put it like that. You get some of that. I guess it's dry hop, right?
Dry hop, yeah. Twice, yeah. To get like extra flavor. And with the same hops as the juice of bittering.
Yeah.
So it gets more harmonious mix between the bittering and the flavor and the dry hopping. So yeah, it definitely works out. And I guess.
Yeah.
It's your beer.
Yeah. Flavor again, grapefruit shines through, peachy notes, maybe a tangerine or an orange in there too. Fairly bitter, the bitterness isn't too overpowering on you. Medium body, dry mouthfeel. Like this is like a awesome traditional West Coast IPA, I'd say. Definitely like a thumbs up beer. But you're like in an internship at Brewdog right now.
Yeah, working half a year at Brewdog doing brewing, which is pretty cool. Learn a lot. It's pretty manual. You do everything by hand, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, guys, we'll be back in a couple of seconds with even more beer. See you guys. Hey guys, we're at the Beer Here booth. Christian Skodal Andersen, the brewers here. We're gonna say hello to him afterwards. I don't know if we're gonna get that on camera because there's a lot of people and a lot of noise there. This is one of the newest beers released here at the beer festival. It's called Råurt, which means like I wouldn't say raw. I'd say like a hefty or intense or herb or something like that. But it's a barley wine, I believe. Looks really nice. Quite hoppy. I get a lot of citrus fruits in there. But not only just that, it's got to be pretty big malt complexity, some dark fruit, sweet maltiness, but mostly it's dominated by the hops. Oh, I love beer here. Hoppy barley wine. I actually don't know the alcohol content on this one, but I guess it's around 8, something like that. Flavors, it's quite hoppy. I get a lot of other grapefruit. It is still fairly cold, so I don't get too much of the dark fruit. That was more in the aroma, but sweet malty presence, maybe a slight touch of like a sugary kind of ester in there. It's really nice. Thumb up for me.
Hi guys, I have the farley wine, which means dangerous wine.
Yeah, or dangerous barley wine if you want to.
It's a play on the barley wine. It sounds the same in Danish, but it's extremely.
It's a new beer, by the way.
It's a new beer, yeah. It's extremely drinkable. Aroma in it is there's some caramelly malts taste to it. A lot of hops, fruity hops, tropical fruity hops. Taste on it is. There's no aftertaste. So first of all, there's a lot of tropical fruits and I'd say peachy notes. I think it's from the hops. Other than that, there's a weird licorice kind of lingering to it, but I don't know if it's from the other beers I've tasted, but it might be. But anyways, it's a thumbs up beer for the barley wine.
By the way, just a tasting note to mine, I also get like a chalky taste in there because we got some of the yeast, but both beers are great. So we'll see you later, guys. So guys, back at the Beer Here stand, we just had a little chat with Christian. Apparently he also watches my videos, which is really cool. I'm glad he likes them. Yeah, this is their Nordic Rye. This is the beer that was originally intended to be brewed with Michael Jackson, the beer writer. And it's inspired by old Danish or Scandinavian styles of beer that was brewed out on the farms by farmers for themselves. As, kind of like a saison, just a Nordic, not like saison style-wise, but kind of like the same idea behind it, like a beer brewed by farmers for the farmers.
For the festive seasons.
Yeah, for the festivities, or for festivities in general. But it's not really. It's a traditional ale to the catch-all category, but we get a lot of rye, a lot of that like spicy, kind of earthy notes to it. As with many Beer Here beers, there is some subtle hop or somewhat of a hop presence, but it's quite subtle in this one. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of maybe kind of like an amber ale mixed with a saison, mixed with a Belgian strong ale, something like that. I get a lot of the rye spice. Since it's a craft brew kind of thing like this, I do still get a little bit of the hop presence. Kind of unique. It's actually really tasty. Not by far the best beer I've had from Beer Here, but it's really interesting. I get also now like a caramelly maltiness in the back, sweet malt, maybe a buttery sensation. I mean, it's good. It's a thumb up beer. Yet not the best I've had from Beer Here, but definitely worth checking out. So guys, we're here at the Crooked Moon stand. It's a new craft brewery here in Denmark. I've been wanting to try their beers for a long time. I got their Darkness Oatmeal Stout. Again, this is not really a regular oatmeal stout, it's a hopped up one. Or just a hopped up stout again, because we have had a few beers today that's been like hopped up. I wouldn't call it black IPA, I'd call it hopped up. But a lot of roasted malts in the aroma, balanced out with like a coffee note in there, some slight hoppy notes. The hops are one that taste. Yeah, that's basically it. Maybe some chocolate too. Silky smooth mouthfeel as oatmeal beers creates. Hops in there too. It's slightly a citrusy note. Burnt coffee in there. No, not burnt malt. Sorry, coffee in there. Roasted malt. Really nicely drinking. Oatmeal stout, so thumbs up for the Darkness beer. Now Jakob's got a beer too. Landslide IPA?
No, I had the How It Ends double IPA from also Crooked Moon. It is aroma-wise, there's a lot of hops. There's a lot of hops and some peachy notes and a very weak amount of maltiness, very weak. Tasting wise, there's some, again, the peachy notes. The peaches is very dominant in the taste actually. With a very round off taste. It's actually very interesting in the taste. I can't describe it. But I believe it was on 8% or something like that.
And you don't taste that at all?
At all.
I had a sample of it too.
Yeah. The hops actually scratches out everything from the mouth. It cleans the palate out and it's actually very nice.
And that's our
cleansing beer.
Yeah, that's our second Crooked Moon beer. We had a sample today of the True Rebel Pale Ale, which was also really good. More like a very, very small IPA, but what? Thumbs up.
Like rest,
so
all the other.
We know
all the other.
Yeah, we know what places to choose to get beer from. So yeah, guys, get a quick shot there at the Crooked Moon booth. We're probably going to be tasting now some Horn beer, some Midfield White Goose, and some Black Rooster. So we're here at the. It's an import company that imports Flying Dog, Left Hand, Great Divide. Now I'm having a cask version of the Raging Bitch IPA, which is their Belgian-inspired IPA. The aroma of this, I do get some of the Belgian quality in the way of like almost yogurty aroma to some funk, but I get a lot of hops in there too. Grapefruit, slightly peachy too. It smells really nice. It smells kind of like, it reminds me of a smaller version of the Stone Kelly Belique. It smells pretty good, so let's give it a taste. Yeah, it's like a combination of both. It's got the qualities of like a Belgian pale ale, the slight amount of funk, some slight spice. That yogurty thing is what I usually find in Belgian beers, like yogurt-like quality, along with some hops, some grapefruit, citrus. Good stuff. Really impressive? No, I prefer Stone Kelly Belique though, but it's really good. I mean, a good beer from Flying Dog, so thumbs up for that.